Hi, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Riza 10 light pendant. This is the 131208. There are other Riza fixtures as well. There's a matching wall sconce. There's these pendants that are round, and they come in a 5 light and a 9 light that can go over the stairs. There's also a singular pendant that can be used over kitchen islands, so check them all out if you can. Let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, and we're going to talk about right now the individual of these kind of ribbons of aluminum, and those are coming in about 8 inches high, 8.1 inches, and just so you know, those are about 9 inches in diameter. When you kind of add things up though, you're going to have a width which is going to be 12.2, and that's really the depth. Left to right, you're coming in at 46.7, so this is a good size fixture. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. You're going to have a range that you can have this, because remember, you're going to be able to vary these cables during your installation. The shortest this is going to be is 17 inches. The longest it can be as standard product is 80 inches. If you need this to be longer than 80 inches, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131208 and tell me what you're looking for. So tell me you're looking for 150 or 200 inches overall height. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer. We do this kind of stuff every day. It adds just a little time and money, but we can get you what you guys need. Okay, so let's talk about that canopy up in the ceiling. A couple things about it. This is coming in at 38 pounds. It's a center mount. It's going to go over your junction box just like this. I want to show you more information about that, and I want to show you what it looks like inside. And the way to do that is to look at the drawings on the installation sheet. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It is going to show you lots of great information. It's going to show you, the most important thing is going to be the canopy setup and how it works and how it's going to go over your junction box. So you'll notice there's a weight restriction on this as well. Like anything around 38 pounds, we have to recommend that it's attached to the structure of the building and not just hanging from our friend the junction box. And you'll notice there's lots of other places on that canopy where it's going to be attached to the ceiling. Okay, so speaking of our canopy, that's going to be 8.5 inches by 44.5. It's going to hold a transformer, which is going to transform your line voltage down to low voltage, safely going through all those cables. And inside of that, like I said before, you're going to have, well, actually, let's talk about the finish on that. It's going to be kind of important too. So you'll notice there's a pull-down menu. It says choose your finish. So pull that down. You'll see all the finishes this is going to come in. And those finishes are going to be on all those curled pieces of aluminum. That's that sculptural part that's going over the glass, just like this. It's also going to be the face plate of the canopy, which means the flat part that's facing down, that's going to be the same finish as those pieces down below, those sculptural pieces. The can of the canopy, which is going to be the sides that touch the ceiling, is always going to be black. It's a little detail that I want to make sure that you guys know about. Glass on this is coming in opal, which is really pretty. I'm going to talk more about that. It has an embedded piece like here that's a retaining ring that goes over the socket. Also a little thing to talk about. The grippers. So when you look at the canopy setup we talked about a second ago, you're going to notice that there are these little grippers, and those are all kind of chromish or like a nickel plated. And basically what they do is you're going to be pushing the cables up into those. So you're going to use your thumbnail to kind of unlock them. By pushing them in, it's going to unlock it so you can push those in, and then when you let go, it basically locks it in so they can't go down. And you're going to get these fixtures down below exactly where you want them to be, staggered perfectly, and then you're going to be doing the cutting of the cables at the top. So it's important to get everything, get your ducks into a row just before you kind of finish that top part of it. But that's how those work. Okay, so excuse me, let's talk about what's going on down below inside. You're going to be using G4 sockets in this, and those are very, very small little prongy sockets, the bulbs that go in. You're not going to be using any halogen in this. It's going to be strictly using LEDs. Each of those 10 sockets can accommodate a 4-watt LED. A 4-watt LED is the lighting equivalent of a 40-watt incandescent bulb, and that's like 400 watts incandescent equivalent if you guys want to go to the max on this. So you're going to put it on a dimmer, obviously. But we'll talk about those bulbs. They're easy to get. We get ours on Amazon. You just go in and put into a search G4 4-watt LED, and up will pop up lots of things to look at. Make sure you get the dimmable bulb. That's going to be pretty important, obviously. But the other important thing is going to be the color of the light, because you're going to notice those bulbs are going to be offered in different spectrums of light. 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be like the setting sun, really yellow, orange light. Way on the other side of that is going to be called daylight. Don't make the mistake of buying daylight thinking it's a warm light. It's not a warm light. That's that kind of cold hospital waiting room light, like an overcast day. That's like bluish white. That's going to be 4,000 and 5,000 Kelvin. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white, and that's going to be 3,000 Kelvin. That's what we like to use here, and we use it all over the place. It mimics the incandescent glow of the bulb we grew up with. So warm white, 3,000 Kelvin, for us anyway, or maybe for you. Dimmable, very important, and you guys should be fine. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the ends. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads laying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.